Group runs to hide in a cave and watch scavenger robots going around looking for parts to fix themselves. When John sees an opening, he comes out and destroys the robot so he can get into his garage, where he keeps a van and a huge suit that Herman uses to make himself bigger. After lots of arguing, Michelle convinces John to help her. Minutes later, Michelle, John, and Cosmo are inside the van, which is being carried by Herman in the suit. They enter the exclusion zone and Michelle sees all the destroyed robots on the ground. During the trip, John shares the story of how he met Herman. During the war, John's team lost a battle and was surrounded by enemies. The soldiers were supposed to be shot by the robots, but Herman saw John crying and saved him instead. A few days later, the center drones found them and wouldn't listen to John when he tried to tell them Herman was good, so the duo had to run away to avoid getting killed. Meanwhile, Ethan is using his Neurocaster to revisit a memory with his deceased mother, but the device starts malfunctioning and he has to turn it off. He yells at his scientists and demands to know what's happening to the company's systems, so the men reveal that Christopher has escaped. If they don't find him by Friday, the whole company will collapse. A desperate Ethan later meets with Bradbury in the virtual world. He knows that Cosmo is on Bradbury's hunt list and offers him a deal. Instead of taking Cosmo to the authorities, Ethan wants him to hand him over to his company. In the mine, Bradbury's Neurocaster is activated again. In the desert, the group is discussing the idea of entering an abandoned mall to search for food. A robot sees them and throws a fridge at them, breaking the van's front window. Herman tries running away, but the enemy keeps throwing things and causes him to fall. The van lands upside down and the group is immediately surrounded by robots, who capture them and take them to the mall. There's a whole society of robots inside, from entertaining models to regular house appliances. There's even a giant one outside that looks at them through the window. Mr. Peanut shows up and apologizes for capturing them, explaining the robots thought they were dangerous scavengers. When Michelle tells him about her situation, Peanut reveals that Dr. Amherst visited this place once and that he has a PhD in human-machine interaction. Peanut quickly kicked him out, so he doesn't know where the doctor is now. Michelle wants to go out to continue her search and John reminds her how dangerous it is at night, so he convinces her to wait until morning. In private, Michelle remembers her last Christmas with Christopher and how little she saw him since he went to college. She can't help crying at the memory, and Cosmo comforts her before playing the cartoon that the siblings used to watch together. Soon a bunch of other robots join the watch party, which is noticed by Peanut. Later, after everyone falls asleep, they're suddenly awakened by a male robot asking for Christopher. Cosmo raises his hand and the robot gives him a postcard that Amherst left for him. There's an address written on the card and a note saying that Amherst will be waiting for him. That address is in scavenger territory, so they can't enter it without a plan. Peanut overhears everything and introduces them to a training robot that keeps malfunctioning while trying to explain how to fight the scavengers. John thinks he may be a liability, but the robot impresses him by shooting baseballs at high speed. In the morning, Bradbury makes it to the exclusion zone and watches the mall from afar, noticing that the group is leaving in Peanut's car. They spend the whole day driving and by nighttime they finally make it to an abandoned amusement park where the address is supposed to be located. Michelle sees lights in one of the attractions, so she concludes someone must be around. Suddenly a huge clown head activates and creepy robots begin appearing around the heroes. The group immediately begins running as they shoot at any enemy that gets too close. Peanut tries to communicate with them, but the creepy robots only know how to growl. The group makes it to the building with the lights only to discover the doors are fake. The robots are coming closer and they don't know what to do. Suddenly more lights are turned on around the park and music starts playing on the speakers while fire comes out from a few statues. The robots back off in fear before a trap door opens under the group, causing them to slide down into a hidden tunnel. In an underground room they finally find Amherst, who is excited to see the postcard in Cosmo's hand. Michelle immediately pushes him and demands information on Christopher, so Amherst reveals the boy is on Center's labs in Seattle. After the accident, Christopher was put through some routine tests and the MRI machine alerted the hospital that he was special. He was exactly why they needed to win the war, so the doctor let Center take him and lied to Michelle about his death. Amherst now activates a computer that plays a video of an experiment. Christopher had been comatose and they thought it was permanent, so they connected his